Hey Nightfarers, Duchess here, and today I have 5 helpful tips for Nightreign to help you guys out who are newer to the game. So if you find any of these useful or something new that you didn't know before, consider hitting the subscribe button for more. So the first tip is that your HUD actually shows you when you have the runes to level up. This is pretty helpful because it stops you from having to run all the way to your grace to spam the A button because you think you can level up. So yeah, now instead of having to run all the way to the grace, you can just look up in the top left corner for this little tiny arrow right there. You'll know when you're able to level up, so it'll save you some time. Speaking of runes, did you know actually when you collect your runes after dying, you also gain back the runes that you had from the level? Yeah, you don't just gain back the runes that you lost, you gain back the runes for the level you lost as well, so that way you can get your level back instantly, and you can go and get your runes back that you actually had before. It can be super helpful one night too to either get to level 15 or gain more gear before you go to the Night Lord, because you could run out into the Blue Storm, and as long as you go get your runes, you can just do this as many times as you want and you lose nothing. That's a pretty helpful tip if you want to get that level 15 achievement or just want to be stronger for the Night Lord. Especially on the ones like Libra, the final boss, and Dark Drift Knight. Yeah, that one. Yes, you might want to be pretty high level for those guys. They're pretty difficult. 3 is, well, you can't take full damage. Enemies and bosses can. I found this out from backstabbing the Red Main Knight who shoots the magic arrows at you at one of the camps. This could be pretty useful because it can insta-kill certain bosses or NPCs that you can push off the ledge. So yeah, just backstab them off the ledge, and it'll help you clear out those POIs faster. Speaking of forts, a lot of people don't actually know this, but did you know there's actually 2 bosses in the main fort? Yeah, there's one down below in the sewer, and there's also one at the very tip top. You can find both of them by just following the path that is on screen right now. And before we reach tip number 5, here's a little bonus tip for you guys. If you're at the main fort and it spawns the Crucible Knights, farm them. They're worth 15k for the basic ones and 30k for the ones with spears, and they also can drop items or buffs if you kill the spear ones. So yeah, they're definitely worth killing because, again, very useful for that level 15 achievement, and it also will just get you really, really high level before you get to that too, if you just do it on day 1, because this is one of the most effective ways to gain runes and levels in the game, just because of how many of them there are and how much they give, because they're pretty easy to kill. They're not like the Elden Ring ones where they're scary. That's the Melbearing Hunter. Stay away from him, man. He's evil. Anyway, for the last tip, did you know heals can actually still normal sprint? A lot of people didn't know this. Just hold B like or circle, or like as the old Souls games. Just hold B or circle like it's old Souls games, and yeah, you can just run like one of those games, and it's very good for boss fights and in combat because it doesn't use chunkier stamina like the surge sprint does. And if you use the surge sprint instead of the normal sprint, it can cause you to sometimes run out of stamina before you get to the boss that you're trying to hit, or it can stop you from reviving your teammates. So yeah, start trying to sprint normally because you can do that, and it really is helpful. Use it, and especially in the Night Lords. Please, don't be like the Guardian who runs in full speed with a surge sprint and then goes down instantly because he's out of stamina. Please don't do that. You're better than that, come on. Anyways guys, this will be all the tips I have for you today. If you found this helpful, do consider subscribing, and yeah guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now, bye bye!